Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a fairly passive-aggressive No Man's Sky video that is very discussion heavy, very community based, looking at the 1.3 update and a particular group of people that believe the 1.3 update will be a letdown. Today I basically want to disprove all of these comments, all of these arguments about why people think that 1.3 will either be shit, disappointing, or will somehow kill No Man's Sky. Now, as a result of many comments being posted on Waking Titan related videos, whether that be on my channel, on other content creators' channels, on the subreddit, on streams, wherever, there seems to be a load of people who are devoted to proving that somehow 1.3 will be a letdown and all No Man's Sky players will be once again scammed by Hello Games. Now, I've had quite a fair amount of these comments on my own videos, and they usually follow the same sort of arguments. So instead of replying to all of these comments, I thought it'd actually be a much better idea to make a whole discussion heavy video looking at the arguments that people pose and basically disproving them, why they aren't very good arguments. And I want to start off by saying, before you get extremely touchy and dislike the video just because of the title, my simple answer to this question is no. I don't believe this in the slightest, but for those who do, I want to take the time to prove why 1.3 can't and will not be a disappointment. So with that out of the way, let us get straight into the video. So the first argument is probably the biggest one which people use, and this is the fact that the update will be no different to the Pathfinder and Foundation update. This is by far the most common argument I've seen, and people love to force it down your throats, and I'm not even sure why. But the basic gist of it is that people legitimately think that the 1.3 update could just be bug fixes with a few minor additions, and when compared to the previous two content updates, there is no difference in terms of size, content, quality, anything like that. We're basically going to be getting the Pathfinder 0.5 update. In response to this argument, I've said this many times and I will say it again, this just won't be the case, and there's two reasons why this will not happen. First of all, we have to have a look at Waking Titan. Waking Titan as an ARG, Waking Titan as a project. This would not have been created if the update were on the same scale as the previous two. If it was, for argument's sake, 1.3 was literally just on the same scale as the Pathfinder, it adds a few more things in, it does some fixes, that's it, then what is the point in spending money, time and effort on creating a whole alternate reality game just for new cloud rendering tech? Hello Games know when to gas their game up. They didn't make a big song and dance about the first two updates. They just dropped one day with a trailer and that was it. They know from launch that hype can be a bad thing, and especially with the launch of No Man's Sky, they just wouldn't make the same mistake again. If they are purposely creating hype, which is what they are doing with the tapes, with the ARG, with all of the other crazy shit, with the whole spectrogram analysis, all of that stuff, then this update must be significant, or else Hello Games would simply not bother. And you also have to look at the fact as well that this update, if it was on the same scale as the others, would have dropped by now. It would have come out last month, but instead, because there is a longer waiting time in between the Pathfinder and 1.3, it proves that it must have been bigger, or alternatively it might have been more complex and needed more time to perfect or fix or just adjust to make it the best possible update it can be. And that is the first argument, and I think a lot of people look at that one and they can kind of get on board with it. They're sort of like, you know, it must just be the same sort of update, whatever, it's up to you if you believe that, but the evidence is there with the ARG. The ARG is like a slap in the face, like, look, wake up, this isn't going to be the same kind of scale as the previous two. And the other argument which I want to look at is the thing where people constantly say how people are getting their hopes up too high, they're falling for the same hype trap as launch, the classic quote of get ready to get screwed again, because this seems to be something which people love to bring up. And I think a good portion of players that like to bring this up, or probably not even players, probably just people, are just users that are still upset from the game's launch. They haven't quite got over the fact that No Man's Sky has become better, has most definitely improved since launch, and they're still sat there in a throne of salt, fighting random people in the comment section. If they try and say that this update is going to be good, if they're trying to say it's going to revive the game, they're like, no, you can fuck right off. It's going to be shit, and I'm trying to shit all over your cornflakes, alright? Now, to be fair, okay, this argument has the tiniest bit of relevance. It has the tiniest bit of accuracy, and this is only when, if you are an individual, a player of No Man's Sky who expects a full-fledged MMO multiplayer where all the players are traders and you can fly to the Milky Way and shit like that, then yeah, of course you're going to be disappointed. That's a given. But no one seriously expects that. No one believes that No Man's Sky will turn into this huge MMO or just turn into Elite Dangerous all of a sudden, because it just wouldn't happen. People aren't stupid enough to believe that. So yes, if you do believe that, then of course you're going to be disappointed. Of course my man in the comment section is right, but that is the tiniest majority of people, like the smallest little pinprick of the population of No Man's Sky players that actually legitimately believe this. People act like there isn't a reason to be hyped when there definitely is. People are going around saying like, oh, why are you getting excited for this update? It's not going to add anything new to the game. When in front of us we have an ARG. We have a story as a result of the ARG. We have free fucking merch with the Atlas passes. We have the word portal being spelled out. We have ships. We have so many different things to get excited about. So it isn't just the fact that we're so bored and we have nothing to do that we're making shit up to get excited about. We actually have legitimate things to get hyped over. Most of us are hyped about what will be in the game, or what is likely to be in the update, i.e. portals. For those expecting stuff which has never been said, never hinted at, nothing like that, then that is entirely your fault. And then of course you do have to look at the fact that this update will still add content to the game, and even if it isn't what you expected, but it will still make the game better. You can't reverse progress. It can't make the game worse. And to conclude, you'll only be let down by the 1.3 update if you want the perfect update with all of the pre-release shit, everything in 1-2 terabyte update that makes the game of the year, then you will be let down. But the rest of the community that are just content with what will be in the update, then we're fine with that. We're completely happy with that. So 1.3, it can't be disappointing. People want new content, and this is exactly what it will bring. So stop worrying. So that is the end of the video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. As always, if you did enjoy, then please do feel free to leave a like on the video. If you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.